In this question, we have an isosceles right triangle and we need to know that any isosceles right triangle is always going to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. That's a rule that you can take to the bank. 45, 45, 90. The ratio is on the formula sheet, but you really should know it by heart. It's x, x, x root 2. In terms of x, the perimeter is going to be x plus x root 2. And if we combine like terms, we'll have 2x plus x root 2. Now the question is telling us that that perimeter is equal to 94 plus 94 root 2. So let's set those equal. 2x plus x root 2 equals 94 plus 94 root 2. And we're not out of the woods yet. This is still a little challenging. On the left-hand side, we can factor out an x, and that'll leave us with 2 plus root 2. And on the right-hand side, we can factor out a 94, and that'll leave us with 94 times 1 plus root 2. Now, to get x by itself, we can divide both sides by 2 plus root 2. Make this a little bit neater here, this line. And now we'll have x equals 94 times 1 plus root 2 all over 2 plus root 2. But before we bring it down, let's actually use the complex conjugate. When you have a binomial you don't want, you can multiply by the conjugate. In this case, that's 2 minus root 2. So the conjugate, if you had I and you had to get rid of it, if you have a plus bi, you would multiply by a minus bi. But if you have a plus b root c, then you'd multiply by a minus b root c. And we don't mean actually multiply by those things. We mean multiply by a fraction that has an equal numerator and denominator. So 2 minus root 2 on the top and on the bottom. So now, just to drive the point home, this entire thing here is equal to the number 1 because it's got the same thing on the top and the bottom. And we can multiply anything we want by the number 1 because it doesn't actually do anything. Now it's looking like maybe it wasn't a good decision to factor out the 94 on the top. So let's just keep it the way it was before as 94 plus 94 root 2. And when we multiply the denominators, we'll have first times first, outer times outer, inner times inner, last times last. And in the numerator, we'll FOIL out as well. 94 times 2, which is 188. Outer times outer, 94 times negative root 2, negative 94 root 2. Inner times inner, 94 root 2 times 2. So that's going to be plus 188 root 2. And last times last, that's 94 root 2 times negative root 2. So that's minus 94 times root 2, which is 2. So this got really complicated really fast. In the denominator, the negative 2 root 2 and the positive 2 root 2 canceled each other. So we have 4 minus 2, which is just 2 on the bottom. In the top, we've got 188 minus 188. 94 times 2 is 188. So these cancel each other. And then we've got 188 root 2 minus 94 root 2. And that's going to give you 94 root 2 in the numerator. Now 94 and 2 simplify to 47. The root 2 doesn't go anywhere. And after all of that, our answer is 47 root 2.